Good morning, everybody. This is Dee Reinhardt with Illinois WorkNet, and on the call with me I have Olivia Grisham, Miller, and
hi, everybody.
So we have a short and sweet call today. So if you have not already had a chance to check in, please do so. If you have any questions about any of our topics, then we can review those. If you want to check the box in the poll question where it says please identify topics you would like to discuss. But for right now, I'm going to pull up the numbers from the dashboard and we'll take a look at those. Let me make this so that you can actually see them instead of so big. Okay, so I did these numbers last night at 7:30, and as you can see, there are a few numbers in here. One of the things that will be fixed in probably by Wednesday of this coming week, because we're testing it right now, is the no-show CBO intake. That means they didn't show up for their CBO intake appointment. What's happening currently is customers are returning after becoming eligible again. They are returning to the lines where they had originally been seated, meaning if you made them ineligible for not showing up for their intake appointment, they will currently return to that line. After we get done, I'll show you today, but after we get done testing just a couple of things, those customers will automatically go to the line where it says referral pending, not scheduled. So we just have to wait a couple of more days for that to be functioning properly. And our programmer is working feverishly as we speak on those items. So we've got Cal Park with 11, Humboldt Park with 13, Mid-South 10, Northern 4, Northwest 7, Southeast 8, West Suburban 7, Western 10, Rockford you've got 7, Benton has 1, Centralia has 2, East St. Louis, you win, you've got 33 in the list there. Marion, Mount Vernon, and Murfreesboro all have 1. Now, I'm going to skip this next column because we're going to come back to it. Nobody has anybody in referral pending not scheduled right now, so that's a good thing. And then referral rejected, we've got these numbers. Humboldt Park, you've got 11 in there. We need to take a look at those numbers. So Dave Johnson, if you happen to be on the call, we need to take a look at that. I'm sorry, that's Northwest. Dave Johnson, sorry, apologize. So Amy and Regina, if you're on the call, we need to get those 11 looked at for Humboldt Park. The others have a few numbers. Brenda, you've got 6. East St. Louis, you have 3. That number went up from that number went down from last time, so thank you for taking care of one of them. But otherwise, we need to take care of these numbers. And just to let you know, Humboldt, you've got a couple of feeders. There might be some of those people that are from one of the other offices. So if that's the case, we need to alert your people that feed to you. I think it's Lower North. Correct. Okay. You were just saying that. You might want to be in touch with them to let them know. I don't see anybody on the call from those offices right now. Humboldt, you've got one that says no longer appropriate. Western has no longer appropriate. Rockford, you've got one that's marked as no longer appropriate. Quincy, you've got 2. Excuse me. And then under recommend sanction, we've got 25 for Cal Park. That's up by 2. Mid-South, you've got 5. That was up by 1. Western has 5. That's down by 2. All of these other numbers in here are the same as the last time 2 weeks ago. So if you guys can take care of these, that would be super duper special. Quincy, you took care of your numbers. You're down to 0. And East St. Louis, you still have 9. So that's our dashboard numbers. Now we've got another number, and Olivia, I believe you helped work on this report, and it's re-engaged customers without appointments. And I've got it broken down by office, but if you'd like to explain that a little bit.
Yeah, so the report looked at, we had Cody go into the system and pull a list of all customers who had been marked as SNAP eligible since October 20th when we started this new re-engagement process. And then we looked at each of those customers and identified the DHS office and CBO offices they belonged to. As you all know, we are in the process of still making the updates for re-engagement. So right now we're kind of manually tracking that and going in and pulling reports. And so we just wanted to make you guys aware of the number of customers we have identified as becoming SNAP eligible again during this re-engagement process. And these customers will need scheduled with their CBOs for a new appointment. And as you all know, we do have the scheduling tool opened up. So if you are realigning these or if you are sending these customers back to the same CBO they were originally at, you should just be able to go in, add a new appointment date, and be able to print out all their new paperwork, their 2151 referral form and everything without having to contact us to get new appointment schedules for the offices.
All right. Some of these numbers are kind of large. East St. Louis, you got 55. Western, you have 72. Southeast, you've got 29. Mid-South, you've got 49. So if we are going to send this list to Deidre and her team so that they can be in touch with the appropriate offices for these customers. So, but if you know of somebody who has become eligible again, by seeing it in the daily status update email that you should be reviewing, then you can already go in and reschedule them. Now I'm going to minimize this board, and I'm going to review with everybody the ability for you to reschedule them. So let me make this screen. Everybody take a chance, if you haven't already, check in, please.
And I do just want to say this mainly applies to Region 1, but some of our customers who may be coming SNAP eligible again and may need to be re-engaged, just make sure you're taking a look at their case notes and their last 2151 upload. We have a very small number of customers who may have been rejected by the original CBO. So we want to make sure that we're not just sending them back to the CBO where they were rejected the first time for not being able to participate in that training program, and we're aligning them with the new CBO. And I've been working with the customers and or the CBOs, and whenever they bring up concerns about customers they've seen come as SNAP eligible, who they may have rejected, I've been having them go in and add an updated case note just so it's at the top of their case notes and you guys don't have to do a lot of digging. So it should be one of the first few case notes that you guys see. And it will typically be on the progress page because that's where we've been working with the CBOs to have them add in all of their case notes.
Okay, so I'm going to enlarge my screen here. On the dashboard, I've got referral pending, appointment has not been scheduled for 42 customers. Those people had previously been ineligible and are now eligible again. They have floated to this line. And this right now I'm in test. So this is what's happening in test, and we hope to have this pushed out so that by the latest Wednesday, we'll be able to have you guys see these people in this line. And but right now, you're going to find them in the line where it says no contact. You might find them in the referral rejected line because once they're made eligible again, they'll go back to these lines. So I'm not going to be pushing on this until at least this is working where we have the referral pending appointment has not been scheduled. Once we have that functioning, then you'll see what happens. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what happens from the very beginning. I have DHS indicated customer not currently SNAP or EPIC eligible. Right now I have 5 customers in this line. Sorry. My grandson sneezed right into my mouth last weekend, and I think I got his cold, so I apologize for the little bit of coughing here. We're going to look at Cupcake, and we're going to go to Cupcake's progress page, and we're going to update the SNAP eligibility. We have a new option in here that will show up once the update has been pushed out, and it says customer is SNAP eligible and being re-engaged. So if I click that and update, what I can then do is stay right here on this customer's page, and I can go in and schedule a new appointment. If I don't and choose to go back to the enrolled dashboard, so for example, if Deidre and her team are making these eligibility updates, then that customer would then go automatically to the referral pending appointment has not been scheduled, and Cupcake should be showing up right here in this line for Mid-South to schedule an appointment. So if I go then to the progress page and I am looking at Cupcake, who is now eligible, I can go into the initial CBO appointment and schedule an appointment. Set the appointment, set the appointment. I can download the 2151 right from here that will give the customer the information. If they still want the information about the program that they had enrolled in, you can go back to the assignment page from the profile tab and download all of the other forms from here. You can also see by clicking on the View More Appointments. You can also see other appointments that have been scheduled. Then that customer, after this appointment has been scheduled, should then show up in the dashboard line for referral pending scheduled appointment. I see one, and it is Cupcake. Now the next piece that our programmer is working on right now is the ability for you to change the customer to a different CBO. And just to let you know, that enhancement will include the ability for you to reassign them to another CBO, and then one of the super admin team, Olivia or I or our programmer, will be able to approve that based on a case note or information that has been entered into the system. We will review it all and then just approve it. Once it's approved, then you'll be able to schedule that customer to a new CBO. We'll talk about that one or send out directions for that on our next, I anticipate that we should have that ready to go by December 1st. So we'll update the instructions and send that out when that's ready to go. All right, so do we have any questions about making these changes for the customers? Just to let you know, if a customer is already exited in hired by employer and they become ineligible and then become eligible again, they'll stay down in this section. This is really only for customers who are in these top sections for the re-engagement portion. Any questions? I see Deidre typing, but I don't know if she's typing a question or not. Okay. If you don't have any other questions, then we can Olivia, is there a discrepancy between 37 that Deidre sees and the 72 that I found on the list?
Yeah, I can look into that.
Okay. All right. My list for Western starts at number 132 and goes to 167. So maybe I miscounted. I apologize.
Yeah,
right.
I think it's 30. It's 32 on my list.
All right. I apologize, Pam. I didn't mean to cause you a heart attack there. Okay. All right. Well, I may talk to a few of you before, but if not, I wish all of you a very happy and